We are back with more gameplay in Pokemon Legends Z8. Even if you've seen the trailer, I'll explain how this gameplay changes what we know about the series. So let's stick around and see what happens. The very good thing about this game is that before you begin any time, there's always something in the front, in the screen, where it gives you tips on how to battle or anything that you may not have known about the game before. So for this one, it's going to be stacking status moves. If we use multiple moves that temporarily boost the same stat, that will not make the boost more powerful. It will, however, make the boost last longer. So if you use Swords Dance or something like Calm Mind to boost your attack and special defense, or any sort of thing that boosts your things, like your stats in Pokemon, even the speed, I think, it just makes it last longer if you use it twice. So it will just be too broken if you could just use it over and over again, right? As we see these battle zones, there's a description under it where it says, the buildings loom over most areas in this zone, and the streets are also wide open, which makes them hard to just travel where it's undetected. We are on Hiberno Avenue. Once we enter, we see so many of these cards where we could just have certain missions. Some of them are like sneaking up and start the battle using normal moves. And the thing with these battles is that they don't even have any dialogue. It's just as soon as they see you, the battle begins. Like before, remember when a trainer spots you, there used to be like a dialogue that begins or music, but this is just straight into the action. Pokemon Z8 battles are way more quicker now in this game. Meditite does do dodging, and it does get the status effects of burning. So even if it did use Detect to block the Fletchinder's move, it's still suffering from the flame that is getting burned of. But it still eventually fainted. So it's like very quick, you know. There's like no sort of dialogue or anything. These cooldowns are actually not that long. It's actually only very few seconds. So we've just got our first win against this person that was a W ranked opponent. And the first time we get is 500 points and 53 medals. So 500 points is actually a lot because we need 5,000. And we are already like 1/5 of the way there, I think. And I just realized that he kind of skipped this. Someone just said that they had a victory gift for us, but he kind of walked past that. I wonder what that gift would have been. Maybe like a special item or like a berry. There's more missions like sneaking up. I noticed that a lot of these missions have to do with sneaking up and stuff like that. The thing with this is that once we reach rank V, we could get a challenger's ticket and find Rintaro for a promotion match. And as we saw in the trailer, Rintaro was this person that was in the restaurant, inspired by the Black and White's gym. And they also had the elemental monkeys together. So this time, if we reach rank V, we could get a challenger's ticket. To reach that, we would need 4,400 points. And as we see, Totodile is actually evolving. I noticed that in this game, Pokemon evolutions are completely different. Before it used to just be automatic, where as soon as they reach a certain level that they would evolve. But this time, once Totodile reaches level 25, it still doesn't evolve. We have to manually click that evolve button, and since we did manually click it, it just evolves. It's pretty straightforward, you know. It's like in a galaxy, once again, we saw with Chikorita evolving into Bayleaf, and now Totodile is evolving into a Croconaw. It also did have an idea for a new move, which was Slash, but it didn't learn it itself. I mean, we have to manually click it and stuff like that. There's a lot of manual stuff in this game. And now the trainer tries to get the Terra Shards. This one is also another Mega Shard. But this time we don't actually get a Mega Shard, we get 3. So alongside that we get 14 prize medals. You know, some of these missions are actually very useful. If you want to rank up way more quicker, a tip is to follow these missions. If we start up the battle with normal type moves, then we could get 200 points, and that adds on to the red bar. And also, if we knock out our opponents with our first blow, then we get 300 points. So it's way more quicker than just having to repeat battles. You could just combine the battle and also do the missions at the same time. So you could get more points, and you could spend less time, you know. You could just rank up easily. And we can also see that the green bar of the eye is just slowly filling up, and he finally catches us. This time our opponent is a rank X. It says that Staryu is paralyzed, so it can't move as quickly anymore. And the attack also fell, so this blue arrow indicates that the stat is decreasing. If this thing is like decreasing, then it has a blue arrow. So it just knocked it out in like one move. And Axel the Jogger is also sending out Slowpoke. That's very good because we got type advantage using Spark. Almost one-shot it. And it even got confused. Wait, was that Pikachu or Slowpoke? Oh no, Pikachu became confused for some reason. But we still defeated the Slowpoke. It was a very simple battle, type advantage. We still have these missions to fulfill. But since it was an X rank opponent, we got less points, which was 450. The last time we beat someone was a W rank, and that was 500 points. So if you guys notice, depending on the rank of the person, it's like less points or more points. Someone said that they said that losing makes me want to run from the scene at full speed. We also got a free items to pick up by the trainer. There's a lot of options, like a lot of opportunities to pick up all these coins, medals, cards. We even got a clever feather. Do you guys remember Pokemon Scarlet and Violet? We used to have so many times where we just got so many feathers, like everywhere on the ground. And I wonder how sneak attacks would really work, because clearly this person did not even see us. She had her back fully turned towards us, and in the top of the screen there was no eye icon that indicates that they were looking at us. So how does she just randomly turn around, right? It's kind of weird. Like, she was just fully had her back towards us. That was our opportunity to sneak up on her and use our type advantages, right? She just turned around and immediately the battle begins once again. This time Pikachu has Thunder Wave and Honedge is also paralyzed. We got some moves here and there. She also sends out a Clefairy. But Fairy Wind is not effective, you know, since this is a Steel type. And the big thing I liked about the victory screen is that it just immediately, as soon as you beat the opponent's last Pokemon, it just has a slow animation effect that plays, and it's like a red slow animation effect. And then that's it, it just says victory. So there's nothing like dialogue that the trainer says. Like, we don't have to do all those sort of things. This is a very fast-paced game. But I think the reason why they did make it fast-paced is, you know, we have a lot of ranks to climb up from Z all the way to A. So they didn't want to prolong this game too much. They wanted to make it more faster and make people more hooked. Like attention spans, you know, attention spans are getting lower and lower these days. But I just realized this is the same trainer that we just battled earlier. Yeah, that's the thing that they do. They kind of reuse the same trainer sprites. They don't use different ones anymore. Like, if you just battle someone, they could just battle them again, I think. Or they're just like the same looking person. She has a Flybaby. They also use a Fairy Wind. They both had like fairy Pokemon. They're just battling by this food stand. And we noticed that when Flybaby used Safeguard, it was cloaked in a mysterious power. So that was very interesting. We didn't see any of its stats go up. So it was just basically cloaked. But Fletchinder still defeated it with a Flame Wheel. The next one would be Esper. And Esper also does have this cloak around it. It's kept the same thing. I don't really see what usage that would be even. Like how useful that would be, since it doesn't really do anything. But Sylveon did use Light Screen, and it does help Pokemon with special moves. So that's a very nice thing. Something very interesting that we see is that after this battle, we see that Sylveon literally has the light screen still on it. Isn't that kind of funny? I don't know if that's a glitch or if that is intentional, like for the next battle that it is preparing for. But let's see if it keeps it in the next battle. Oh no, he sent it back, so I don't think he will still have the light screen. And did you guys see this glitch? What is this? What is this thing? It's like kind of glitchy over there, and I like how, like, when the battle starts, it looks like it's been challenged, right? But why is he facing the other way? Like, she is directly behind him, and he's just bending down. Like, that is kind of funny. You guys you're way too close. And if we just very like closely for 1 second before this battle starts, we see that Pikachu did have a light screen on it, which was shared from Sylveon, so it is true. I think that once Pokemon use their moves like light screen or the safeguard that we saw earlier with Flabebe, we could see that it moves on to the other Pokemon as well. It's not just on certain Pokemon that it had, so it's for the whole team, so it's very nice. But the unfortunate thing is that the light screen that was protecting the Pikachu side did wear off, so it does have a temporary effect. It's not forever. And we got Fletchinder was paralyzed, so it can't move as quickly anymore. Obviously, these status effects are very nice. It's very good to have electric type Pokemon on your team if you do consider it, since paralyzed will also help you to have the Pokemon not move quickly, and we could dodge it more quicker since we could anticipate the enemies more if they're slower, you know? So paralyze and burning effects, they're all very useful. I would more so go for like the sleeping and the paralyze effects. Those things really help with delaying the opponent. And this is the thing that we see where Paxton just climbs up. He teleports on top of the roof. You know, this was another time that he could have sneaked. I mean, this is another time that sneaking up could work, but there is the eye symbol again that indicates that they are about to see us. And this construction guy just has a Babaracle or a Binnacle. I really wonder if there will be a Babaracle, Mega Babaracle in the future. Maybe there might be, I don't know. And he also sends out a Ghastly. Kind of makes sense since it's the nighttime. Maybe the nighttime really does affect the trainers' teams. It's the nighttime and they have ghost Pokemon. We got victory, 6 wins so far. It keeps track of how much wins we have, and so we did get 6 wins, and just from the battles alone, we didn't even do any of these missions. We already have 2,800 points. And this was in the span of 7 minutes, by the way. So this is actually pretty quick. Like, with just 6 more battles, we could definitely get to the next rank. We could definitely get to the next rank pretty easily, but if you do the missions, then it's much quicker. And I like how this guy says that he better stick to construction work. Maybe he'd better stick to construction work. They have those dialogues, but this time they don't have a certain cutscene where the screen just fades to black. And the bigger the Mega Shards are, the more cooler prizes that we could get. We get 12 prize medals and also a Dusk Ball. So it's very interesting, and this is so steep. Like, I don't know how they even made this so safe. This is why Lumio City is going to reconstruction. That construction guy does have to get back to construction. But look at how like dangerous this is. Like, and there's even a kid at the top. Like, this trainer is about to fall off this thing, and that bridge is so small. And yeah, Froakie is just there chilling. He just paused there. I'm surprised that like earlier, remember when the woman spotted us from afar, right? But this time the kid doesn't even spot us, even if we touch it. Like, we literally touched behind his back, and he still didn't know until just like 1 second he turned around. And this thing is so tight, like you can't even move. I like how, if we just pause for a second, Paxton is in distress. He is in distress. He is getting attacked by the charms. The goodness is that we still have type advantages. I like how Pikachu is just soloing most of these battles. Because some of these, they have like water types and flying types, which are very common. So I think electric types would be useful to have early game, like I said. It's very nice. Especially with Mega Raichu in the DLC Mega Dimensions. We got Flaffy using its charge. I remember when Flaffy fell off the roof. I showed you guys in the last video. It was funny. It fell off the roof. Poor Flaffy. It deserves better treatment. At least this time it didn't fall off. So far we're stacking up all these points. It's going crazy. We're almost there. When he goes back to the menu screen, we see that he uses his items. We could cure him. We could cure them of any sort of illness. We got a lot of potions actually, and a sufficient amount of money. The medals, Poké Dollars from winning all those games. This bridge is very narrow. It's a very narrow bridge. We got some items, picking up a hyper potion and a tiny mushroom. We also got a lot of mega shards. There's actually so many opportunities to get mega shards everywhere that I noticed. Like everywhere in the city, we got a lot of them, and that's the same one that we battled earlier. Like there's a lot of opportunities to get mega shards. So if we do get a lot of mega shards, then we could eventually trade them in for mega orbs and to mega evolve our Pokemon. Eventually, it's a nice upgrade. We even got Machop using focus energy, and it says that Machop is getting pumped, but before you even get pumped, Sylveon just immediately shuts it down with a disarming voice. So with 8 wins so far, we're not even 10 wins inside. Like we didn't even do 10 battles, but we still got like almost there to the next rank to battle Rentaro on the promotion match. So it's very interesting to see all this. But this is the end of this gameplay video footage. Once again, credits to MD14 for filming this. And thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay. I'm very excited. The battles in ZA are they're really quick paced, and I'm really excited to see how they play out. If you guys are new to the channel, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. Goodbye.